fantastic racing to look forward to on Friday at Fairview Racecourse. We've got a heap of decent races, starting off with the Fairview Flying 5, which is a sprinting race, a non-black type event. Then the listed East Cape Oaks, the listed Glenleigh Trophy, and of course the Derby Plate. So a real feast of racing and some decent horses taking part. We've got Cape Raiders as well, really boosting us. We start off in race 1 though with a maiden juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. Here my first 3 selections are 1, 8 and 3. All things nice. She really was just caught by greenness on debut, and considering she ran 0.05 a length in second to Soundcheck, who came out to win the East Cape Fillies Nursery in her next start, a very positive run, and you've got to feel she can go one better here. Horse number 8, Silent Observer. She did fluff her lines in the East Cape Fillies Nursery last time out, but it was over 1,200. She did show pace, just faded out that last bit, and you've got to feel that back to 1,000 meters we could see better from her here. Number 3, Catch the Cat, is a first timer. She's a filly by Great Britain, out of a Silvano mare running for Gavin Smith, and the yard do feel that she's showing fair enough work, and if not too green she could run into the money. Race 2 is a maiden juvenile plate up to the 1,200 meter trip here. Horses of interest for me 1, 10 and 11. So I lead with A grade Marmalade, another runner from the Smith yard, and he's certainly coming along the right way, getting closer with each start. 4th on debut, then 2nd in his latest 2, going down by only 3/4 of a length last time out. You've got to feel he's in the right place to strike. I do think that he'll have to watch horses 10 and 11, who are both from the Sharon Kotson yard. Zach Pack Assassin is the horse I've tipped in second, got the stable elect jockey aboard, and you've got to feel that although last time out he didn't feature, did after all travel to take part in the Claverflade Farm Sale Graduate, which is a non-black type event. He was thought good enough to travel, and coming back to Port Elizabeth certainly got a chance at getting involved here. Stable companion number 11, Pot Socks, well, she is really knocking hard. 2 runs, 2 seconds, definitely form that makes you consider her. Race 3, No Limits maiden plate, staying over that 1,200 meter trip. I'm taking a bit of a chance here, going with the first timer in the way of Africa's Rock, and I'm tipping him to beat the likes of Cape Raider number 10, Secret Lizard, and then including the likes of number 2, El Kasim. Now, Africa's Rock is Curari gelding. He actually is a half-brother to a stayer later on the day by the way of Africa's Gold. Of course, being by Curari, he shows a lot more speed, which is the comment from the yard, and they do feel that a good run is expected, so I have placed him out there to take victory, mainly because having a chat with Andre Nell about his runner, which is number 10, Sailing Lizard, he does feel that the horse is a fair sort but still very immature and probably looking for further. Does feels a little bit short in the market, so take that into account. Horse number 2, El Kasim, is doing nothing but improve since gelded, and now especially having made his way to Port Elizabeth. He did run on Monday, but the yard says he has backed up well, and in that case running off a second on Monday is a horse that can get into the shake-up again here. Race 4 sees a decent field of speedy fillies in a Pinnacle Stakes for the fillies and mares over that 1,200 meter distance. Headlining for me here is number 1, World Radar, and I'm tipping her to beat number 4, Joyful Noise, and 5, Mendocino. World Radar, in all fairness, if she can put that very poor last run behind her, is the class act in the field. It is, however, concerned that every now and then she does drop the ball, and that would be the main concern. So with the yard hoping for a lot better from her, and her obviously capable of more, I am going to lead with her. I do think that the up-and-coming number 4, Joyful Noise, useful Vercingetorix 3-year-old, is doing everything right at the moment, and she's definitely got to be respected. And number 5, Mendocino, has really found her way in her last 2 starts since being fitted with the scoops, and looks to be going from strength to strength. I do see her in the finish getting involved there. Race 5 is the start of our features, the non-black type Fairview Flying 5, and as the name suggests, they'll be doing it all over the minimum trip of 1,000 meters. I think it's a great field, and the lightweight here really catches my eye in the way of number 7, Stranger Danger. He's got no weight to carry, 52.5, and last time out over course and distance, although against weaker, won in a really good time, carrying more than he does here. I think that run promised a lot, and he could just get away with it here. He does have to respect horses that have been there and done that, and for me, number 3, What a Winner, is a huge runner here. A 6-time winner. He is very much a distance specialist, all 6 of those wins coming over 1,000 metres, and he's in scintillating form, so he must be included. A horse like number 5, Broadside, found the 1400 a little bit too far last time out, and I do think that at back and trip we could see the best of him here. The East Cape Oaks, a listed event, is next up in race 6, and here they race over the 2,000 metre trip. I think it's a really awesome field. Number 1, Colorado Springs, on paper holds everybody at the weights. She is a decent cut clear as far as the weights are concerned. I'm not sure that it's that open and shut. She's done everything right, which has meant that with her having raced 9 times, she's been elevated up the ratings quite quickly, whereas Cape Raiders, who really haven't stepped out that much in a more likely race, come into the lower ratings and are perhaps a little bit better than those ratings suggest. So I don't think it's as clear as it looks on paper, but number 1, Colorado Springs, having done nothing wrong yet, I'm going to be patriotic and hope PE can fly the flag here. I am tipping her for the win. I have huge respect for horses like number 3, Black Silver. Lightly raced, racing off the back of 2 very good seconds, certainly looks to be a big campaigner here. And number 4, French Declaration, 3rd behind a decent sort in the way of Duplicity last time out, is also very much a runner for me here. Horses to be respected. On to the listed Glenlair Trophy in race 7, the second of our listed features, and they are right up in trip to the 2,800 metre distance. Here, a horse that really catches my eye is number 8, Warrior Bling. It does look to be a tricky and open field, and I am going to lead with him to beat a fellow Cape Raider in the way of number 3, Silver Sky, and the number 1, Dharma, who will start out of the Eastern Cape for the first time here. Warrior Bling, lightly raced individual, only 6 starts but already a 3-time winner. I do think that the way that he won over 2,500 in his penultimate points out that the 2-8 should be in his reach with no problems at all, and with the yard expecting a good run, I do think that he's a horse to take account of here. Number 3, Silver Sky, ran a cracking race in the Kenilworth Cup last time out. Small field, but nonetheless it was a true run race, and he ended up in second, only 0.1 of a length off of Baybury. He was really punted up in the weights for that win, but he will jump here from pole position draw. Definitely looks to be finding his feet. The trip is no problem whatsoever, having run over 3-2 last time out, and he's got to be respected. Number 1, Dharma, as mentioned, having his first start in the Eastern Cape for trainer Gavin Smith, also had his last run in the Kenilworth Cup last time out behind Baybury and wasn't too far drift of Silver Sky on that occasion. Does come in here with top weight, but the yard are masters at getting horses supremely fit, and I think that Dharma could feature here. Race 8 is the Derby Plate over 2,000 metres, and again a really interesting field here. I am sticking with our local hope in the way of number 1, Jaeger Moon. I'm tipping him to beat number 2, Red Lark, and then number 5, Heartbreak Hotel. Jaeger Moon's form is exemplary, and he has run out 6 victories in his last 6 starts. I think it says a lot about him that he's won over the mile in his recent outings. I think that today's trip, the 2,000 metre distance, is definitely more what he's after, and he could further elevate his game here. He is an insane galloper out in front, not just possessing that early speed, but he's also able to quicken off of it, and that makes him really a formidable runner in this lineup, even though taking on Cape Raiders. Number 2, Red Lark, every time you look at his form, it is of course that run when finishing 3 3/4 lengths behind Malmoos that catches the eye, and that makes him a horse really to take note of. The yard do feel though that he might just have lost his confidence, and do feel that he has ability but needs to regain his way. Number 5, Heartbreak Hotel, is the mount of Richard Ferree here, and he's just got the 1 run under his belt, but his post-maiden run was a decent second behind Warrior Bling, and considering how I feel about his chances in the previous race, that makes Heartbreak Hotel a horse to take note of here. He fluffed his line slightly last time out, but I think we can expect better from him, so I have tipped him into the placings, hoping for a big run from Jaeger Moon though. Race 9, last of the day over the mile trip. It might be the last of the day, but I think we've got some stellar form in this merit rated 89 handicap, and there's a couple of horses with chances. I'm going to stick with the inform number 3, Sailing Lizard, to take victory, although he does give weight away to a few that he has met and beat before. He's in a really good spot at the moment, having started 3 times in the Eastern Cape, once when still under the care of Andre Nell, his last 2 for his new yard, the Smith Stables. All in all, though, 3 runs, his last 3 runs have resulted in 3 wins, and he looks to still be gaining momentum. I tip him to beat number 4, Duke of Cards, who ran a cracker behind him last time out, also over course and distance, and a repeat of that will see him in the mix again. Number 1, Norfolk Pine, also a horse that's bumped Sailing Lizard before, comes off better at him to the weights, and I really think he's going to enjoy trying the mile for the first time on the turf here. With 9 carded races, the PA will get underway in race 3, which is due off at 1 o'clock, and it is a maiden plate over 1200 meters. Here, 2 horses go in for me, taking a chance with the likes of the first timer, number 8, Africa's Rock, and also including number 10, Secret Lizard. Race 4, and I will go in with the 3 horses here. I would love to put all my trust in World Radar, but I am concerned about that last run, and she's a type of horse that does everything or misses the board entirely, so in that respect she is rather hard to banker. I have decided to include her along with the horses I'm tipping for 2nd and 3rd in the way of Joyful Noise and of course Mendocino. On to race 5. Fairview Flying 5, and again 3 horses go in for me. I am hoping for a big run from my first choice, and that is the likes of number 7, A Stranger Danger, but he does take quite a step up in class, and I've decided to bolster him with the likes of my 2nd and 3rd choices, What a Winner, horse number 3, and the likes of number 5, Broadside. East Cape Oaks, a listed event over 2,000 meters, and I really feel that Colorado Springs can run a big race here, so she definitely goes in for me into the 4th leg of the PA. Again though, big respect for the Cape horses, and I have decided it's rather prudent to include the likes of number 3, Black Silver, and 4, French Declaration. The Glenlair Trophy for me is probably one of the trickiest races on the card, and I do think there's a couple of horses with chances here, so I'm also playing it safe in the PA and go in with 3 horses again, numbers 8, 3 and 1, my first 3 selections, so that's all of Warrior Bling, the likes of Silver Sky, and of course Dharma. Derby Plate next up over 2,000 meters, and here I think that Jaeger Moon, I would be disappointed if he didn't find the first 3. I do think that the way he's running, he should be the horse to beat, and as a result I have elected to banker him in my PA. That's number 1, Jaeger Moon. Rounding up the last of the day, again a race I'm really looking forward to. I think there's some really nice form here, and all of my first 3 selections go in. The likes of number 3, Sailing Lizard, number 4, Duke of Cards, and number 1, Norfolk Pine. Moving on to have a look at the pick 6, and that will get underway in race 4. In all legs of the pick 6, my PA inclusions go in, and then I bolster them with a couple others just to play for all the horses I think have chances. So in the first leg of the pick 6, which is the Fillies and Mares Pinnacle Stakes over 1,200 meters, my first 3 choices of World Radar, Joyful Noise, and Mendocino will be added to by the likes of number 2, Carioca, and number 3, La Bella Mia. Carioca, always there and thereabouts, she's got upset potential, and number 3, La Bella Mia, definitely a lot better than that last run may suggest. Race 5, and again, Stranger Danger, What a Winner, and Broadside are the horses that stand out, but I do think a horse like number 1, Big Bay, needs to be respected. He jumps off joint top weight here and is at best over the 1,000 meter trip. He's not without chance of throwing a spanner in the works, and the likes of number 4, Racine, also supremely well suited to course and distance. She's run 4 times for 4 wins over track and trip. The listed East Cape Oaks, PA selections here of Colorado Springs, horse number 1, then number 3 Black Silver, and 4 French Declaration. I do think that number 2 Musical Glitch needs to go in. I know that she's got a significant weight turnaround with Colorado Springs, having beaten her last time out. I think it's something like 6 kilos, but I know that the yard are expecting a big run from her, and the Constant Yard are really talented at finding the winner's box in PE, so I will respect that. The Glenlair Trophy listed event, 2,800 meters. As I mentioned, I think this is one of the trickiest races on the card. I have elected to lead with number 8 Warrior Bling due to some really, I feel, standout form and positive trainer comments, and along with the likes of number 3 Silver Sky, number 1 Dharma. I then add in all of number 2 Miss Orange, who's been a revelation since stepping up in trip. Number 6 Troop the Colour is another Cape horse that comes off that Kenilworth Cup form line and really did well. In fact, is better off at the weights to both Dharma and Silver Sky, and you need to take that into consideration. And then an absolute roughie, number 7 Onesie. I do think she's super brave. She loves a trip and always trying her best. Can't be left out of an open field. The Derby Plate, Jaeger Moon is my hope here, and as far as the pick six is concerned, I'm taking a chance on the PE stalwart here, and I am going to banker him. So Jaeger Moon, horse number 1, is the banker in my pick 6. Finishing up the day, a lot of respect for number 3 Sailing Lizard. I do think horses like number 4 Duke of Cards and 1 Norfolk Pine can give him a run for his money, so they all go in. Added to that, I will also include number 5 Winter Cord, unbeaten in his last 3 starts. He does still have to prove himself on grass, but you can't overlook that he's done nothing wrong of recent. Number 10 Gold Rock has run 4 seconds in his last 4 starts. He is beating at the door to try and notch up that 3rd career win, and that's also a fact that needs to be recognized. As far as the jackpot is concerned, I keep it to the similar lines of the pick 6 as far as the initial legs of the jackpot work out. And starting off in race 5, I stick with the numbers of 1, 3, 4, 5 and 7 in the Fairview Flying 5. Moving on to the second leg of the jackpot, which is the East Cape Oaks. Again, the pick 6 numbers of 1, 2, 3 and 4. The change for me is in race 8, so race 7 stays the same as well. The numbers there, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 and 8. And then in the last leg of the jackpot, I cover number 1 Jaeger Moon with the likes of number 2 Red Lark. So just that one little change, and yeah, Jaeger Moon gets bolstered there by number 2 Red Lark. Having a look at the best bet and the value bet of the day, I do think that race 1, number 1, All Things Nice, stands out on the card, and she will be my best bet all the way to the last of the afternoon. And it's another Gavin Smith runner that I'm going for as far as value is concerned, and that's race 9, number 3, Sailing Lizard. I think he's in great form at the moment, and he does have a chance at notching up another win. Well, looking forward to a good day's racing on Friday. I hope everyone has a great day's punting. Looking forward to it.